Hi, I'm Jared Dillingham at Mooney Falls on the Havasupai Reservation. Let's talk a little bit about this place and what it takes to get down here. Mooney Falls is the biggest waterfall along Havasu Creek on the Havasupai Reservation west of the Grand Canyon. It requires an infamously challenging descent down a 200-foot rock wall to get to the base. Mooney Falls is right at the end of the Havasupai Campground. In fact, you could see this group camped right at the top of the falls. Now, for people who don't want to scale the rocks to get to the bottom, the cliffs will still provide a great view of Mooney Falls. For people who are up to the challenge, here is what to expect. You'll first go through a couple of tunnels which were blasted out by miners in the late 1800s. They're both pretty short. From there, it gets more difficult. You'll see a pile of gloves left by other hikers. If you didn't bring your own, take a pair because they'll help you grab onto the chains for the rest of the descent. The chains are anchored into the rocks with spikes, and you'll rely on them as your feet search for footing along the way. It can be tough to figure out whether to go down on your front or on your back, and it can be a slow go since you'll likely have several people in front of you. It's single file, so sometimes during the day you'll have to wait an hour or more at the bottom for the path to clear for you to climb back up. On the way down, once you reach the wooden ladder, you're almost there. The falls will be blowing mist on you the entire time, but there's no moss or anything else that'll make the rocks and ladders more slippery. So again, the climb down really is daunting. It is basically a vertical drop, but I will say it's a little bit easier going up than the way down, so don't be too concerned once you're down here wondering how am I ever going to get back up to the campground. It's not for everybody, but we did see people of all ages making the trip down to Mooney Falls. Crystal clear water welcomes you at the base of Mooney Falls. Not many people will venture in very far due to the sheer force of the waterfall here. There are warning signs about the strong undertow under Mooney Falls. It has been deadly several times in the past, so visitors are advised not to try to swim through or behind the waterfall. I mentioned the tunnels blasted out by miners in the 1800s. These photos from the Grand Canyon National Parks Museum show what the falls looked like more than a century ago. And Mooney Falls gets its name from a miner who died while trying to climb with another injured miner on his back. You will have to make the descent down the rocks at Mooney Falls in order to get to other places downstream. Beaver Falls is 3 miles down Havasu Creek, and the confluence where Havasu Creek meets the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon National Park is almost 9 miles downstream from here. Make sure to bring a headlamp just in case you end up having to climb back up these rocks after sunset. Now, because the tribe really limits the number of permits here, you will never feel crowded. In fact, it's before sunset here at Mooney Falls, the big one, and we have the entire place to ourselves. I'll see you next time.